All right, so starting in a reclined butterfly position. So you're going to bring the soles of the feet together and then just make your way all the way down. You can do that opposite too. So you can also lay down and then bring the soles of the feet to touch. And if you have two blocks, you may want to prop the blocks under the knees if the knees do not come all the way down. So we may want to prop them up so as to not put so much strain on your hips this morning. And once you get into your reclined butterfly position, or just in general your reclined position, so maybe bringing the soles of the feet to touch this morning is not right in your body, that's okay. Once you get there, close your eyes down. And let your shoulders soften down your back. And then bring one hand to rest on your heart space and the other hand to rest on your belly. So this is where we're starting in our practice this morning. Welcome to your Tuesday morning practice. And just kind of settling into where you are in the here and now. Gently tuck your tailbone just slightly forward and up towards your navel. So feeling how that lengthens out your lumbar spine, your lower back. And with your eyes closed down and your face and jaw softened, your tongue relaxing off the roof of your mouth, begin to tune in to your natural breath pattern. And as you do this, just regulating your breath pattern here, feel how your inhales will rise, both palms up in tandem. So beginning the breath in the belly, you'll feel that palm, the one that's resting on the belly, rise up. And then at the top of the inhale, perhaps you let that top of the inhale travel to your chest area, so the area around your heart. And you'll feel that palm, the palm that's resting on your heart space, rise up. And then your exhale brings all of those areas back towards your back body, and then you'll feel your palms just relax back down in tandem with those areas falling back down towards the earth. And just taking a few moments, a few breaths to tune in to that rhythm. And so our theme for our practice this week is Asteya. So that is the third tenant or the third installment in the Yamas, which are the ethical principles or personal restraints as outlined in the first part of the 8-limbed series in Patanjali's Yoga Sutras. And so Asteya translates in English to non-stealing, so not stealing. And of course, we can think of that as not stealing objects from other persons or other entities, We're not going to go in a store and grab an item and walk out with it because that's stealing. But perhaps we go a little deeper in this concept and think of it as not taking too much as far as time or resources from others, and of course, especially from ourselves. As I had mentioned in the first two tenets of the Yamas, so ahimsa, which is nonviolence, and satya, which is truthfulness, the first two, I believe that all of this begins with how we treat in our relationship with ourselves. And so if we can foster a better sense of relationship with ourselves in these ways, then it's a lot easier to project these right, quote unquote, right attitudes onto others. And so every time we show up late, or every time we take more resources than what is offered, in a sense, we are actually stealing. And this can be a hard concept to follow, especially in these days and times. It's very difficult to follow this to perfection, any of these tenets. And so bringing our attention to these tenets, and this specific tenet this week of not stealing, perhaps through our practice and as we walk off of our mat out into the world, perhaps we can simply strive to do better. So it begins with noticing. And so over your next few breaths, think of ways that you can foster asteya, or non-stealing, towards yourself and towards others. So perhaps you notice a pattern in your life where you have taken a little more than what has been given. And perhaps you can strive in that specific pattern to do better at fostering asteya, or non-stealing. Once you come up with that, just take some deep breaths into it to seal it in. So just thinking of a specific pattern where you are taking a little bit more than what is being given. And just noticing and adopting the idea of doing a little better at the practice of asteya. Take a full breath in through the nose. Feel your palms rise up on your heart space and your belly as you breathe in. Exhale to release, feeling your palms lower back down in tandem with your body towards the earth. Inhale to expand here. Exhale to release. Fullest, deepest breath in. And exhale. Releasing your palms down, remove any props that you may have. So if you have props under your knees, you're just going to move them out to the sides here. Next inhale, you're going to bring your palms to rest under your thighs. Draw your knees in together. So bending the knees, placing the soles of the feet on the earth. And as you exhale, retuck your tailbone up towards your belly button. Let your palms face up towards the sky. Extend them out just a little bit away from your body here. Bring your knees into touch, feet as wide as your mat. Take a breath in here, in through the nose, expand out through your belly. Breath out, you're going to begin to windshield wiper your knees. Just nice and slow here to release any tension that may have built up while you were in your Supta Baddha Konasana, your reclined butterfly position. Fullest, deepest breath in through the nose, moving nice and slow. Exhale to release, letting your navel fall towards your spine. Take another breath in through the nose right here. And then exhale to release, coming back to center, back to stillness. You're going to straighten both legs out here. Bring your big toes to touch. Flexing out through your toes. Pressing gently out through your heels. Next, inhale. Let your arms float up overhead. Then as you exhale, you're going to grab a hold of right wrist with left hand. Take a full inhale here in through the nose, pressing out firmly through the heels and through the base of your right wrist. And then as you exhale, you're going to walk hands and feet over towards the left. So we're coming into our banana asana here. Nice deep side body stretch. Inhale deeply here in through the nose. Exhale, you're going to let your gaze come over your right shoulder. Or over your right armpit, should I say. Take a full inhale here into the nose. And then exhale to release. Come back to center. Big toes are going to touch once again. Release the grip of your right wrist. Inhale, press out through the heels. Grab a hold of left wrist with right hand. Press out firmly through the left wrist here. Pressing out overhead there. And then exhale, same other side. So you're going to walk hands and feet over to the right. Take a full breath in through the nose right here. Breath out. See if you can bring your gaze over your left shoulder or your left armpit. Wonderful modification there, Kathy. Inhale deeply in through the nose, breathing into your left side body here. And then exhale, we release. Come back to center. Relax and release everything back down. Bringing the palms to face up towards the sky, resting by the hips. Next, inhale, keeping the left leg straight. Flex out through the left toes. Press out through the left heel. Exhale, we're going to bend the right knee. Right sole of the foot is on the earth. Repositioning your tailbone up towards your navel if it is shifted. Let the shoulders melt down the back here. Next inhale, we're going to come into a half happy baby position. So drawing the right knee in towards the right shoulder. Exhale. See if you can grab a hold of the right foot with the right hand. So if you can't get your right foot to your right hand, it's totally okay to rest the right palm on the calf or even the thigh. So we're getting into a little bit of hip opening here. Inhale deeply in through the nose from wherever you are. Exhale, let the weight of the right hand gently draw the right foot or even the right leg down towards the earth. Take a full inhale here in through the nose. As you exhale, you're going to start to direct the right foot over towards the left. Grab a hold of the right leg with the left hand. And then inhale, we're going to come into this funny variation of a reclined spinal twist. So once you get that right knee over towards the left, you're going to want to bring your arms into a T or a goalpost shape. Exhale to stay. Inhale deeply in through the nose. Exhale, perhaps your gaze comes over towards the right. So a couple things that you can do here to modify. If your right knee floating off of the earth is a bother, you can always bring a block underneath of the right knee. Seeing if you can keep that right shoulder pinned down onto the earth. Take a full breath in through the nose. And exhale to stay. Take another deep breath in right here. And exhale. Next inhale, we're going to come up through center. We're going to make our way this time to a full happy baby position. So bending both of the knees, both soles of the feet up towards the sky. Exhale, grabbing a hold of both feet with both hands or both legs. So you can always rest the palms on the calves or even on the thighs. And exhale, let the weight of the hands draw the knees down towards the earth. Rolling your shoulders down your back, softening your face, your neck, and your jaw. Bringing your chin in towards your chest. Take a full inhale here, in through the nose. Exhale to release. Next inhale, we're going to release the right foot from the right hand. Exhale, let right palm and right foot rest down on the earth. So we're doing all the same stuff on the other side. We're in a half happy baby position on the left. Take a full expansive breath in through the nose, breath out. Let that left shoulder and left hand melt down towards the earth and feel how that potentially, maybe, draws the left leg down closer. Take a full breath in through the nose. Extend the right arm out to the right. Breath out. We're going to come into that funny variation of the reclined spinal twist. So remembering, we can bring, oh look, I have two blocks here. We can bring both blocks or one block underneath, resting underneath that left knee and left foot. Arms are out in a T-shaped position. Left shoulder is pinned down into the earth. Take a full breath in through the nose, and then on your breath out, you're going to see if you can bring that gaze over towards the left fingertips. And that's a maybe, because everything's a maybe. Take a full breath in through the nose. See if you can keep the left shoulder pinned down. And exhale to release. Fullest, deepest inhale here. Exhale. Next inhale, we're going to move the hips back in through center, coming into that full happy baby position once again. Exhale as you grab a hold of legs or feet. So it's wherever your hands can reach. Let the weight of drawing down through your hands and your shoulders potentially draw your knees down closer to the earth. One last deep inhale here, in through the nose. Press out through the heels. Flex through the toes. Exhale to release. Draw knees and feet together. Inhale, we're going to give ourselves a hug from right where we are. Knees towards face, face towards knees. And then exhale, we release down. And we make our way up to a tabletop position. Making your way onto your all fours. So, hips are over knees. Shoulders are over wrists. Taking a moment here to press down through the four corners of the palms. Grip your mat with your finger pads. So you want to straighten your arms, but you don't want to lock out through your elbows. So see if you can keep your elbows soft. Draw the tops of the shoulder heads down and away from the ears, and turn the upper portions of the arms in towards each other. So that helps to strengthen your arms and protect your shoulder girdle. Your toenails can be touching the earth, or your toes can be tucked. That is totally your choice. We're going to come into some cat-cow postures. So next inhale, drop the belly, raise the hips, pull the heart through the shoulders, look up towards the sky. And then exhale, we press the earth away, round the spine, chin to chest, navel to spine. Inhale, drop the belly, raise the hips, look up. Exhale, round the spine, chin to chest, navel to spine. Inhale to drop the belly, raise the hips, gaze goes up towards the sky. I encourage you to close your eyes if you can. Exhale, round the spine, chin to chest, navel to spine, pressing the earth away. One more of each. Inhale, 2, drop the belly, raise the hips, look up. And then exhale, round the spine, chin to chest, navel to spine, press the earth away. Pause here for just a moment. Next inhale, we're going to make our way through a neutral spine. And then as you exhale, you're going to walk your hands out, keep your hips up high. Let your heart and your forehead travel down towards the earth. So you may or may not be able to come all the way down here. You're tight in your shoulders. You can always use your block to rest your forehead on. Take a full expansive inhale in through the nose in your puppy pose or Anahata Asana, open heart pose. And then exhale, navel to spine. One more full deep inhale in through the nose, expand out through your belly, chest, and side bodies. As you exhale, let your hips travel back down towards your heels or your balasana, your child's pose. Fullest, deepest inhale here. And exhale. Next inhale, press the earth away, look up in between your hands, coming out of your child's pose, and then exhale, we're going to curl toes and hinge hips to come into our first downward facing dog of the class. Adho Mukha Svanasana, so keeping a nice soft bend in the knees. If your hamstrings need some space, gripping your mat with your finger pads, shrugging the tops of the shoulder heads down your back and away from your ears. Take a full expansive inhale here, feeling your breath travel into your heart space. And exhale. Next inhale, we're going to press the earth away. Look up in between our hands. And then as we exhale, we walk our feet all the way up to the top of the mat. So big toes can touch or feet can be hip distance. Inhale, stretch your fingertips behind you. We're going to come up to our Ardha Uttanasana, our flat back. Exhale, keeping a soft bend in the knees. Drape your nose down towards your knees. Come into your Uttanasana, your forward fold. We're going to be in this forward fold for a few breaths. So perhaps you bring opposite pinkies to opposite elbows. Taking a full breath in through the nose. Exhale, navel to spine. Fullest, deepest inhale here. Perhaps you come into a nice little swaying movement, keeping your head and arms heavy. And exhale to release. Last one, fullest, deepest inhale. And exhale to release. Release the grip of the elbows if you have it. Let your arms and head hang heavy. Keeping your chin in towards your chest, press down through the four corners of the feet, spread out through your toes. Next inhale, we're going to begin to slowly round up through the spine, feeling the stretch in the back side of your heart space. And then exhale, we meet in our Tadasana mountain pose. Beautiful, ladies. All right, Surya Namaskar or sun salutations. Inhale, we're going to start by pressing our palms together at our heart space. Exhale, let the shoulders melt down the back. Tuck the tailbone up towards the navel. Pressing down firmly again through the four corners of the feet, spreading out through the toes. Inhale with palms pressed together. Let them float up towards the sky. Bring an arc into the spine. And then exhale, palms are going to float down through your heart space, hinging at the hips, forward fold. Inhale, hands on the shins. We're raising up to a flat back, shoulders down the back. Exhale, plant the fingertips and step the right toes back, dropping the right knee down to the earth. Please feel free to use a blanket underneath that right knee if you feel the need. I'm going to do that this morning. Inhale, fingertips raise forward and up. Torso is stacked over the hips. Once you get into your Anjaneyasana low lunge, exhale, drag right hip forward, left hip back. Real subtle movement. And sink down deeply towards the earth. Left knee stacked over left ankle. Inhale, we're going to extend the fingertips back, arc into the spine. Exhale, circle the arms down and around so we're nice and bright in our heart space. And we're going to clasp our fingers together at the sacrum. Beautiful, ladies. Inhale, shrug the shoulders down the back. And exhale, we release. Fingertips frame the front foot. Inhale, we're going to straighten the back leg. Tops of the shoulder heads down and away from the earth. Drawing right hip forward, left hip back. Exhale, plant palms. And step to your downward facing dog. Pressing down firmly through the four corners of the palms. Inhale, bend the knees, raise the heels and hips up high. Nice little foot stretch there. Exhale, heels and heart. Melt down to the earth. Chin in towards the chest as we inhale. We're going to roll our body forward to our plank pose. Dropping the knees right away if you need. Exhale, if you haven't done so yet, actually drop the knees. The chin and the chest, elbows in towards the body. Dropping the hips all the way down, releasing all 10 toenails. Inhale, peel your heart up. Look up towards the sky for your Bhujangasana Cobra pose. Shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, curl toes, hinge hips for your downward facing dog. Stepping your left foot in towards center. Inhale, we're going to float the right toes up towards the sky. See if you can keep your shoulders squared here. Beautiful, ladies. Exhale to round the spine, draw the right knee in towards your nose and step your right foot in between your hands. However you can get it there. It all counts. Inhale, kick off of your back foot. So we're raising up to our standing splits position. Drop your left hip down, right hip up. And then exhale to bring your left big toe to meet your right one, nose towards the knees, to forward fold. Next, inhale, reverse swan dive. Arms come out and up. Palms touch up high. Tuck your tailbone up toward your belly button. And then exhale, palms land at heart center. So before we move on to the other side, check in with pressing down firmly through the four corners of the feet. Spread out through your toes. Next, inhale, shoulders are soft down the back as we let the palms float up towards the sky, bringing a slight arc into your spine. Exhale, once again, hinge at the hips and palms travel down through heart center to forward fold. Inhale, hands on the shins, raising up to our Ardha Uttanasana, our flat back. Exhale to plant the fingertips and step the left toes back, dropping the left knee down to the earth. Patting that left knee if you need. Inhale, 2. Stack your torso up over your hips. Let your fingertips float up towards the sky. Dragging left hip slightly forward, right hip back, and then exhale, sink them down low. Inhale, arc into the spine, reach back through your fingertips. Exhale. See if you can keep your heart and gaze up towards the sky. Let your fingertips float down, clasp them below your sacrum. And then inhale, see if you can shrug your shoulders down your back. Staying right where you are, exhale, see if you can draw your chin now down towards your chest. So a nice little stretch in the cervical spine here. Inhale deeply in through the nose. Exhale, unclasp your fingers. Let them frame your front foot. And then inhale, straighten your back leg. Once again, tops of the shoulder heads away from the ears. Perhaps you get light in your fingertips. Perhaps you don't. That's okay. Exhale to plant your palms and step. Your downward facing dog. Pressing down firmly through the four corners of the palms. Grip the mat with the finger pads, tops of the shoulder heads down and away from the ears. Inhale to bend the knees, raise the heels and hips up high. And then exhale, heels and heart melt down to the earth. Next inhale, press the earth away, look up in between the hands. Exhale, we're going to let the knees slowly drop down to the earth. And make your way into a wide-legged version of your child's pose. So hips down towards the heels, knees as wide as the mat. And if that doesn't work for you, knees together is totally okay. Take a full inhale here in through the nose. Reach out through your fingertips. And then exhale, navel to spine. Next inhale, press the earth away. Look up in between your hands. Bring your toes to curl once again. Exhale, coming back to our downward facing dog. Next inhale, we're going to walk our feet about halfway up. So in the middle of the mat. Bring your big toes to touch. And then exhale, we're going to bend the knees. And inhale, we meet in our Utkatasana, our chair pose. Speaking of chairs, you may want one close by here soon. Exhale, sit your hips down even lower. Take a full inhale here, reaching high through your fingertips. Exhale, let them float down to the earth. So you can stay right where you are, or if you want to give yourself a little challenge, next inhale, raise your heels up off of the earth. So this is our drinking bird posture. Exhale to stay. Inhale, see if you can shrug the shoulders even further down the back. Raise the heels a little higher. Exhale, heels lower. Next inhale, float the fingertips up high. Step the right toes forward and come up, raise up through your heels. This is called our Isis posture. Exhale to stay. Yes, it's not as easy as it looks. Inhale, reach a little higher through the fingertips. And then exhale, lower the hands. Inhale, draw your left knee up towards your chest. Let your shoulders melt down your back. Beautiful out of the corner of my eye. So finding a drishti, a gaze point, helps sometimes with balance. Exhale, let the left toes float back. And then inhale, we meet in our high lunge position. So right knee stacked over right ankle. Beautiful. Exhale, arc into the spine. Reach a little higher through the fingertips. Gaze goes up. Inhale deeply in through the nose. Exhale, we're going to make our way to our Warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2. So you're going to let your left heel catty corner or come even with the right long edge of your mat. Beautiful, ladies. Take a full breath in, tuck your tailbone forward, shrug your shoulders down your back. Exhale, we come into our peaceful warrior. So let your left hand just gently graze your left leg. Right fingertips are over right ear. Beautiful, beautiful. Inhale deeply in through the nose. Exhale, come back through center. And then inhale, we meet in our extended side angle position. So just gently let the right elbow rest on the right knee. Left fingertips extend over left ear. Press down through the knife edge of the left foot. Reach out through the left fingertips as you breathe in. Exhale, 2. Circle your arms down and around. Fingertips frame your front foot. Inhale, we meet in our low runner's lunge position. Shoulders down the back. And then exhale back to our downward facing dog. Once you get into your Adho Mukha Svanasana, inhale 2. Press into the four corners of the palms. Grip the mat with the finger pads. Bend your knees. Raise your heels and hips up high. And then exhale, heels and heart melt down towards the earth. All right, so we're going to do all of that on the other side. Next, inhale, we're going to bring our gaze up in between our hands. Exhale, we're going to walk our feet about halfway up. So half to 3/4 of the way up. Big toes touch here. Inhale, we're going to sit down and come into our Utkatasana, our chair pose. Exhale, sink down. Sink the hips down a little bit deeper. Inhale, reach high through the fingertips right here. Exhale, let the fingertips float down towards the earth. Take a full breath in, breath out. Perhaps you come into your drinking bird. Totally optional. You do not have to go there. Take a full breath in, stretch down through your fingertips. Raise your heels a little higher. Exhale, heels sink down to the earth. Inhale, left toes step forward, raising your heels up. So we get to pretend we're wearing high heels here. Fingertips float up high. And then exhale to stay. Inhale, reach the fingertips a little higher. Thought I was going to go further, did you? Exhale to lower your heels. And then inhale, let your fingertips float down. Draw your right knee in toward your chest. So this is our half staff position. Beautiful out of the corner of my eye. Exhale to stay. Inhale, we kick those right toes back as gracefully as you can. Extend your fingertips up high. And we are in our high lunge position. Beautiful. Exhale to stay. Inhale to arc into your spine. Reach your fingertips up a little higher. Exhale, let's travel to our Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2 position. So this time I'm backwards from you, but you can see it from a whole different angle. Sometimes it gives different perspective. Inhale, reach through the fingertips, tuck the tailbone forward. Let the shoulders soften down the back. Exhale to stay. Inhale into your peaceful or reverse warrior. So let the right fingertips gently graze the right leg. Let the right shoulder, both shoulders, be down your back and away from your ears. Inhale to reach firmly through the left fingertips. Exhale, make your way through center. And then inhale, we come into our extended side angle position. So in this posture, one of the main things I want you to focus on is pressing firmly, if you can, pressing firmly down through the knife edge of the right foot while extending out through your fingertips. Beautiful, beautiful. Inhale, reach higher through the right fingertips, shoulders away from the ears. And then exhale to frame your front foot with all 10 fingers. Inhale, we come into our low runner's lunge. Exhale, draw that right knee in, left knee meets it, and make your way to your version of your child's pose. Stretching out through all 10 fingers. Inhale deeply in through the nose. And exhale. 2 more. Inhale deeply in through the nose. And exhale. Fullest, deepest inhale. And exhale. Next inhale, we're going to unwind, release, look up in between our hands. And as we exhale, we're going to make our way to pigeon pose. You're going to bring the right knee in between the hands, point out through the left toes. Let all 10 fingers frame your front knee. Next, inhale, draw the left hip and left shoulder forward. So you're really going to square the top of your body towards the short edge of the mat. Exhale to stay. Inhale, arc into your spine. Perhaps you come up onto your fingertips so you can get a nice deep back bend here. Pointing down through those left toes. And then exhale, we come into the reclined version of this posture. So, letting your forehead rest on the backs of your hands. So if your hip is floating up off of the earth, you can always prop something underneath of it. Take a full breath in through the nose. Breath out, see if you can press down once again through the left shoulder and the left hip. So that is going to get you a nice deep glute opening on the right side. Take a full inhale here. And exhale, navel to spine. Inhale deeply in through the nose. And exhale. Next, inhale, we're going to bring the palms to frame the front knee. Draw the chin in towards the chest as you roll yourself up. Bring a nice little arc into the spine. Look up towards the sky. Exhale, curl back toes, and however you can get there, we're going to meet in our downward facing dog. Take a full breath in your downward facing dog. Press firmly into the four corners of the palms. Grip the mat with the finger pads. Exhale if you need to release any tension built up from your pigeon pose. Perhaps you pedal feet and bend knees and just kind of rock from side to side. Take a full breath in through the nose. And breath out. Deepest breath in. Feeling the expansion in your belly, side bodies, and then into your heart space. And exhale, fullest, deepest inhale. And exhale to release. Next inhale, we're going to meet in pigeon pose on the other side. So left knee is bent in between your hands. My favorite way to do pigeon pose is with my foot in towards my body. I cannot do the traditional because my knees are no good for that. So the traditional is you have that foot extended forward. And so your shin is parallel with the front of your mat. If your knees are happier than mine, go for it. If not, definitely keep the foot in towards the groin. So your palms are framing your front knee. Inhale to square your torso. So specifically drawing the right shoulder and right hip gently forward. So that gets you deeper into that left glute. Arcing your spine, looking up towards the sky. Shoulders are down the back. Exhale, perhaps you come into the recline position. So perhaps you stay up If reclining does not suit you this morning, no problem, or today, no problem. You can stay up. Keeping your forehead on the backs of your hands if you are reclined. Take a full breath in. Breath out, gently press, just ever so subtly and gently press into the right shoulder and right hip, pressing them down towards the earth. So that just keeps everything more squared. If your left hip is raised up off of the earth, feel free to put a prop underneath of it. Take a full breath in through the nose. And exhale, fullest, deepest inhale. Complete exhale, navel to spine. One last inhale here, in through the nose. And exhale. Next inhale. Palms are going to frame that front knee, pressing the earth away, chin in towards the chest. We roll ourselves all the way up. Let your gaze go up high. Point through those right toes. And then as we exhale, we curl back toes and we make our way back to our downward facing dog, however we can get there. So you may once again have felt some tension build up from your pigeon pose. Feel free to release that by bringing some movement in. Gripping your mat with your finger pads, pressing down firmly through the four corners of the palms. Keeping the upper arms facing each other. If you want to get nice and deep into your flowy movement, perhaps you shake your head yes and no. Perhaps you rotate your torso from side to side. All right, coming back to center, back to stillness. We're going to do that little flow we did just a few postures ago. Once again, we're going to add on. Next inhale, press the earth away, look up in between the hands. Exhale, you're going to walk your feet about halfway up your mat. Big toes can touch. You can keep feet hip distance too, if that feels better in your body. Inhale, we're going to meet in our Utkatasana, our chair pose. Fingertips and gaze extend up high in front of you. Exhale, sit down deeply into your chair. Let your shoulders melt down your back. Take a full breath in, breath out, heels raise, fingertips drop. If you want to come into your drinking bird posture, breath in through the nose, shrug the shoulders down the back. Breath out, heels lower. Breath in, step right toes forward. Bring your heels and your fingertips up towards the sky into your Isis posture. So take a moment here, see if you can relax your shoulders down your back, drawing your tailbone up towards your navel. Take a full breath in. Breath out, heels lower, so do the fingertips down by the hips. Breath in, we're going to draw the left knee in towards our chest. And feel free to use your chair to hold on to. That is totally okay. Breath out from our half staff. I learned just in a practice the other day, this is called half staff, or can be called half staff. We're going to cross the left ankle over the right knee and sit down in our standing thread the needle posture. So you got different options with your hands. You can keep your hands down low, extend your fingertips back. You can bring your palms to heart center. You really want to build some strength on your next breath in. Reach your fingertips up high. Breath out to stay. Breath in. Extend through the fingertips a little higher. Straighten the right leg. Raise the left knee back up. Breath out. We meet in our high lunge position. So stepping that left foot over towards the left long edge of the mat gives a little more room for stability. unless you really want to challenge yourself. Breath in, reach high through the fingertips, arc through the spine. Breath out. We're going to come into our warrior two position. So your left heel is facing the right long edge of the mat. Take a full breath in, shrug the shoulders down the back, reach firm through the fingertips, breath out. Sink down into the right knee. Breath in, peaceful warrior. Left hand grazes left leg. Right fingertips over right ear. Beautiful ladies. Breath out. We meet in our extended side angle posture. So resting the right elbow on the right knee. Shrug the shoulders down the back. Press firmly once again through the knife edge of the left foot and extend through the left fingertips. Take one breath in here. Breath out, all 10 fingers. Frame the front foot. Breath in, sink the hips down low. Let the shoulders melt down the back for high lunge position. Breath out, left knee hits the earth. Right knee meets it. Extend out through your fingertips and heart and forehead travel down towards the earth into your balasana, your child's pose. We are here for one full breath. So inhale deeply in through the nose. And exhale, navel to spine. Next inhale, press the earth away. Look up in between the hands. Exhale, we're going to come back to our Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. And we're going to do that little flow on the other side. This is the last time. Pressing down through the four corners of the palms, grip the mat with the finger pads. Inhale, bend the knees, raise the heels and hips up high. And exhale, heels and heart melt down towards the earth. Next, inhale, gaze up in between your hands. Walk your feet up to the middle of your mat. Big toes touching or feet hip distance if that works better for you. Exhale, have a seat into your chair posture. Inhale, reach your fingertips up high. We've got this, ladies. It's the last time. Exhale, sit down low. Inhale, reach high through the fingertips. Exhale, let them fall down by your hips and raise your heels if you're coming into your drinking bird. Beautiful. Take a full breath in. Shrug the shoulders down the back. Reach out through the fingertips. Breath out, heels lower. Breath in, Isis. Step the left toes forward. Come up with the heels. Reach the fingertips up high. Exhale to stay. Inhale, reach a little higher through the fingertips. Exhale, heels and hands float down to the earth. Inhale, draw the right knee in towards the chest. Remember, you can use your chair to prop with your fingers. Exhale, cross the right heel over the left knee. And then inhale, we sit down in our standing thread the needle posture. Notice the difference in sides. Exhale to stay. Inhale, perhaps palms touch at heart center. Or if you want to go further, perhaps you extend your fingertips up towards the sky. Drawing your navel in towards center helps with balance. Exhale to stay. Inhale, right knee draws in towards your chest. Exhale. Shoo, we meet in our high lunge position. Lots of leg work here. So stepping that left or right foot out towards the right long edge of the mat can give a little more space for balance. Inhale, reach high through the fingertips, arc into the spine. Look up if you can. Exhale, hopefully without falling over. We're going to make way to come into our Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2 position. Inhale, reach the fingertips out wide to the sides. Tuck the tailbone forward. Exhale, we're going to sink down into the hips and see if we can keep that left knee stacked over the left ankle. So hopefully you can see your left big toe. Take a full breath in, reach through the fingertips. Breath out, peaceful warrior. Getting another nice little side body stretch here. Breath in, reach through the left fingertips. Breath out, extended side angle. So if you want to get more deeply into your extended side angle, you can have a block down and reach that bottom hand down to rest on the block, or even deeper if you can reach down to the earth, or you can just stay as you are. Inhale, reach high through the right fingertips, press down to the knife edge of the right foot, shoulders away from the ears. And then exhale, we come into our low runner's lunge. Inhale, heart pulls through the shoulder blades. Sink the hips down low. Beautiful work, ladies. Exhale, draw right knee down. Left knee meets it. And hips to the heels. Forehead rests on the earth. For your balasana, your child's pose. A full breath in through the nose. And breath out to release. 2 more times. Inhale deeply in through the nose. And exhale. Take a full expansive inhale here. And exhale. Next inhale, chin in towards the chest. You're going to round your spine, draw your palms back towards your body. And then as you exhale, you're going to make your way down to a seated position. And so once you get to your seated position, you might want to scoot yourself forward here. So we're getting ready to lay down on purpose. We always end up way back there somewhere, at least I do. Feet are hip distance. You're going to bend your knees and press the soles of the feet down into the earth. Bringing your palms, your fingertips, to just rest lightly below your knees. Grow long and tall in your spine as you breathe in. Let your shoulders shrug down your back. Breath out, gently round into the upper spine, so your cervical spine. Let your chin in towards your chest. See if you can keep your feet on the earth. Let your fingertips graze your legs. And this is our little bit of core work. Some of our little bit of core work. And laying down on purpose, so as slowly as you can. And once you get there, just straighten your legs out. You're going to flex into your left toes, press into your left heel. We're going to do that little reclined flow that we did earlier. Let your palms face up towards the sky and spread your hands out, just so you can give yourself enough room away from your body, or you can bring them into a T or a goalpost shape. Really kind of is your preference there. Tucking your tailbone up towards your navel, draw your chin in towards your chest. So feel how that lengthens your spine and presses the entirety of your spine down into the earth. Your shoulders are soft down your back, keeping your left foot flexed. Next inhale, you're going to bend into the right knee. Draw the right knee in towards the right shoulder. Exhale, perhaps you can grab a hold of that right foot. So see if you can do it differently this time. If you could only grab the leg last time, perhaps you can get closer to the right foot. Perhaps not. That's okay. If you're feeling it, you're doing it. Take a full inhale here in through the nose. Exhale, let the weight of the hand, wherever it is on your leg, draw your knee back in towards the earth. Take a full breath in right here. Expand out through your belly, chest, and side bodies. Breath out, you're going to draw that right foot over towards the left. So notice I switched hands. I just grabbed a hold of the right foot with the left hand. You're going to bring the right arm out to the right, and your gaze is going to come over to the right. So you might rest your left hand on your right knee, so that helps to draw it down further, gives you more of a glute stretch here. You might bring both arms into a T or a goalpost jig. So many different options. Your gaze is to the right, pressing down gently into your right shoulder. Take a full expansive inhale here. And exhale. Two more like that. Inhale deeply in through the nose. And exhale. Take another full deep breath in right here. Exhale to release. Bring your hips, your torso back to center. Inhale. We come into the fullest version of our happy baby. So perhaps your hands stay on your legs. Perhaps you can reach even closer to your feet. And then as you exhale, let the weight of your hands drawing down towards the earth, let them draw your knees closer down to your body. Take a full breath in right here. Breath out to stay. Shoulders are soft, chin in towards the chest. Take another deep breath in here. And breath out. Next breath in, we're going to release the right foot. So we're letting the right foot fall down to the earth. We're in our half happy baby on the left side. Exhale to press out through the right heel and flex through the right toes. Shoulders are soft down the back. Take a full expansive inhale. So breath to movement. And then breath out. Let your left hand, left arm, and left shoulder fall down towards the earth and feel how in tandem they gently draw your left leg down. Another deep breath in right here. And breath out. Next breath in, same as other side. So perhaps you switch hands with your foot and guide that left foot over to the right. And then breath out, we make our way to this version of our reclined spinal twist. So your right leg is straight underneath of you. Your left knee is bent over to the right. Both shoulders are pinned down on the earth. Gaze is over towards your left fingers if you have the space to do so. Perhaps you rest your right palm on the top of your left knee. Feel how that gives you a little more glute opening. Possibly. Take a full breath in through the nose. And breath out. Fullest, deepest inhale. Feel the expansion of your belly side bodies and into your heart space. And exhale. Fullest, deepest inhale. And exhale, we release, bringing the hips back to center. Your palms down by your hips, readjusting yourself, bending your knees. Soles of the feet are on the earth. Shoulders, face, and jaw are soft. Tailbone gently tucked up towards the belly button. Next, inhale, draw the knees and big toes together. Knees come in toward your face, face towards your knees. Wrap your hands around your shins. And as we did at the beginning of class, give yourself a big hug. And then exhale, we release into our final resting posture, Shavasana, aka corpse pose. So perhaps you come into that reclined butterfly posture that you did in the beginning of class. Bringing one palm to rest on your heart, one palm to rest on your belly. Perhaps you take the traditional corpse pose and just stretch all the way out, taking up lots of space. Letting your hands and feet fall out to the sides. Perhaps you take some other restorative and nurturing, comfy position in your corpse pose. Letting all of this work that we just did fall down into the earth and just rest however you have come into this reclined, restorative position. There's nothing more to do in this class except just that, just rest. And every time your mind wanders, come back to full focus on your breath. once again to deepen your breath. Finding some gentle movements to reawaken. If you are in a reclined butterfly position, perhaps you come into some windshield wipers in your knees. Kind of loosen up anything that might have built up from that. Perhaps you come into a long body stretch. Wiggling fingers and toes, circling wrists and ankles. And then slowly making your way back to your comfortable seated position. And once you get into your seated position, close your eyes down once again. Grow long and tall in your spine. Let your shoulders be nice and soft. Let your chin be parallel with the earth. Soften your face, neck, and jaw. Your tongue off of the roof of your mouth. Let your hands rest in your lap or wherever else is comfortable. And just simply notice what you feel now versus an hour ago when you showed up for class. And just breathe into what you feel. May we carry this energy that we have created and cultivated in our practice today off of the mats and out into our lives as a means of helping to find more ways to practice Asteya or non-stealing towards ourselves and others. Bringing your palms to touch at heart center. Bow your chin softly in towards your chest. Deepest gratitude to our bodies and our breath for being able to move and breathe in this way. And bringing your thumbs to touch at your third eye center, the space in between your eyebrows. And the light and the dark in me honors the light and the dark in each of you. Namaste. Thank you, ladies. Any questions, comments, feedback, anything? Is it still a little sore? Yeah. Some of the modifications, yeah. We only do what our bodies will allow. Thank you so much. Thank you.